Been in the business 45 years. This is the worst fire conditions I've ever fought fire.
Parts of California are burning tonight. Thousands of homes up in flames. Even more people running for cover with just minutes to spare.
We had like maybe 10 or 15 minutes to grab things. We grabbed like pictures off the walls. We didn't even grab any clothes. We had what was on our backs.
But in the midst of it all, there is a sense of hope.
We'll all rebuild, and there's no other choice, but it's just shocking. It was really sad.
Action News live at 11 starts right now. And as you can see right now, fires are burning in Southern California, sending thousands running for cover.
President Bush has declared 4 counties disaster areas as firefighters fight at the mercy of Mother Nature. The scope is stretched out over hundreds of miles from Ventura County to Riverside, San Bernardino to San Diego. Everyone is feeling the effects of the worst fire disaster the state's seen in more than 50 years. Lots to tell you about tonight on this big story. We begin with Eric Hong live on the fire lines tonight. Eric is joining us from DeVore, which is in San Bernardino County.
Well, this community of DeVore is like dozens of others in Southern California at this hour, a smoky, ash-covered ghost town. Thousands have been chased from their homes, and fire crews have been kept on the run. Though nightfall brought cooler temperatures, firefighters struggled to keep up with the fast-moving, unpredictable flames. Winds were calmer than in recent days, but it was still a bruising day for fire crews, and a painful one for many homeowners. Ron Kennestrom was among many who returned to find their homes in ruins.
Sad. You know, it's just bad. It's not good here. I mean, it's really a sad deal. I've known people up on this hill for years, and it's just so devastating. You just can't. There's no words for it.
From Simi Valley, northwest of Los Angeles, east to the San Bernardino area, and south to San Diego County, wildfires continued to scorch hundreds of thousands of acres. Throughout Southern California, mandatory evacuations were issued for thousands of residents. But with the fires cutting power to many communities, the evacuation warnings in many cases went unheard.
We haven't had power for several days, so the problem is we haven't had any footage to watch, so we're really kind of in the dark.
Help is on the way. President Bush promised federal funds to help rebuild. And Governor-elect Arnold Schwarzenegger said he would travel to Washington to make sure the money arrives quickly.
Tomorrow I will be going to Washington, D.C., and to make sure that we get the federal money that the people here in California deserve.
Temperatures Tuesday once again expected in the 90s for much of Southern California, but forecasters say those hot, dry Santa Ana winds we've seen in recent days will likely be replaced by cooler, more humid winds, and that could help firefighters turn the tide. In DeVore, California, reporting live, I'm Eric Hong. ABC News, back to you.
And they need a lot of help there. Help is on the way, though, from all over, really. These guys from Colorado, 2 counties there, each sending a fire truck and a 3-person crew to help. This truck was loaded on a flatbed rig for the trip there. The crews are expected to be gone for 2 weeks. And this is Command Central, sort of, the National Interagency Fire Center in Boise, Idaho. It coordinates all federal responses to wildfires. So far, it's received requests for 19 choppers, 8 air tankers, and hundreds of firefighters. That's in addition to the thousands of local forces already on the job.
Help from the air is on the way as well. 5 airdroppers and an army of choppers are on the way from Oregon to help in the firefight. They're actually private choppers, not state-owned. You'll remember last year, Oregon was fire central. California sent a bunch of help over to Oregon. And Southern California is famous for air that's the same color as the ground, which isn't helping. Thick smoke all over Southern California is making breathing a little on the difficult side right now. And that air is not headed our way, you should know. The Santa Ana winds tonight are blowing the smoke over the ocean.
You know, maybe hundreds of miles away, we're talking about the fires, but we're feeling the effects of the fires right here in southern Nevada. At McCarran International Airport, thousands are delayed there, or they're stranded there. Southwest Airlines alone canceled more than 150 flights today. It also suspended all penalties for changing tickets. Any ticket for travel between yesterday and Wednesday will be refunded if you want. And you're looking at what's quickly becoming the nation's largest homeless shelter, Qualcomm Stadium, the home of the NFL San Diego Chargers, what was supposed to be home to Monday Night Football tonight. Thousands of evacuees are now calling that place home after being forced from their homes.
Here in town at the Palms, Clark County firefighters joined with the hotel gathering water for their brothers fighting the flames in the Golden State. People from all over town dropped off donations and loaded them into the truck. The hotel got it started by chipping in 1,000 bottles. And human help from southern Nevada is on the way as well. 6 firefighters from Lake Mead National Park are now on their way to the Santa Clarita area to lend a helping hand. And this won't be a quick trip. They aren't expected back until Thanksgiving.
So, Tricia, right now, here are the latest numbers we have so far. More than 1,100 homes have been burned to the ground, and it could get a lot worse. 30,000 are still in the line of fire there. About 500,000 acres are burning, and right now the death toll stands at 15. Firefighters say containment is days away. New at 11 now, this hotline number for you. If you are looking for loved ones who may be in one of those Red Cross shelters anywhere in Southern California, the number on your screen, it's 866-GET-INFO. The Red Cross says someone will let you know if they're staying at one of its shelters.
Dry conditions fueling the fires in California has led to a drought here in Nevada, forcing everyone to cut down on the water they use. A survey by the Water Authority found that some of our most visible citizens use the most water. Mayor Oscar Goodman 5 times as much as the average Las Vegan. The Southern Nevada Water Authority General Manager Pat Mulroy also appeared atop the list.
If you look at the overall consumption, it looks like a large amount of water. But yet, when you look at the gallons per square foot, she is well below the average consumer.
Well, size of the lot and type of landscaping are 2 of the most misleading variables of the study. Most of those surveyed have very large properties.
Now an update to a weekend killing. The coroner has identified the body of 57-year-old Ralph Skeels. He was shot and killed in his home, apparently during a robbery. Right now, Metro says they have no suspects. Also tonight, we have the name of the guy who went on that dangerous carjacking spree last Friday morning. Police say 23-year-old Daniel Nunez killed a police dog and then killed himself. Meanwhile, in court today, Pascual Lozano's attorney will try to convince a jury to spare its client's life. Lozano was convicted of murder last week for killing 8-year-old Genesis Gonzalez. The jury will have to decide whether Lozano gets the death penalty.
And in Texas, the murder trial of real estate mogul Robert Durst continues. Durst is accused of killing, then dismembering his best friend. He claims his friend was accidentally shot during an argument. Then, fearing police wouldn't believe the story, he got drunk and cut up the body. Robert Durst could also be responsible for 2 other killings. One of them is the murder of a famous Las Vegas author with links to the mob. Action News reporter Veronica Sanchez has that story. Veronica.
Tricia, Susie Berman was a talented writer who wrote about the glitzy Vegas mob underworld until she turned up dead. We did speak to Susie before her murder, a murder that has yet to be solved.
She was a Las Vegas mafia princess.
My dad was Davy Berman. He was one of the pioneers, mobsters, gangsters, whatever you want to basically say, that founded Las Vegas.
Susie Berman wrote about her father, a wise guy who took over the troubled Flamingo Casino and made it profitable. So, when she turned up dead in her rented Los Angeles home on Christmas Eve 2000, some speculated it was mob-related. It wasn't. Now, back to Texas and Robert Durst. Turns out he is the suspect in Berman's murder and in the disappearance of his first wife in New York. Police say the mafia princess was about to rat Durst out and provide detectives clues about Kathleen Durst, the missing first wife. She never got that chance. Susie Berman was shot in the head, execution style.
Let a gentleman see.
Susie Berman not only wrote about her mobster father, she also produced a documentary on Las Vegas. But police say it was her link to this man that may have ended her life. Not exactly a mob story ending, but definitely a murder mystery straight out of Hollywood.
Los Angeles police have yet to comment on Berman's murder, but they do say Durst and Berman were college roommates. The investigation is ongoing. Ross?
Breaking news for you tonight. Electronics giant Sony has announced it is cutting about 20,000 jobs worldwide. That's about 13% of its workforce. There is no word yet on how many of those jobs will be here in the United States. Well, baseball season is now officially over, but something called BaseBrawls season is coming to a courtroom near you.
A local fan sues a professional baseball team after he says he was attacked. We'll have the story coming up.
have been on the inside of the Aladdin, but the action was on the outside. We'll tell you why. You're looking at live pictures of the California fire right now, live in Simi Valley. We are watching these fast-moving firestorms. As news breaks, you'll see it right here on Action News, live at 11 tonight. Well, the stars were out in force tonight down at the Aladdin for the Radio Music Awards. Everyone from Michael Jackson to Eminem were on hand, but the event wasn't without its controversy.
No peace! No peace!
Out in front of the Aladdin, more than 100 culinary workers took advantage of the media presence the award brought and tried to draw attention to what they call anti-union practices at the hotel. Some brought their children along with them, while some tempers flared a little. It was peaceful and nobody was arrested.
Well, Tricia, this guy says he went to the game to have some fun, but when he heckles an opposing player, he says he was attacked by the entire team. Action News reporter Scott Burton is live at Cashman Field with the story of a first-ever BaseBrawls lawsuit. Scott.
Ross, the lawsuit was filed today by a 51s fan who says when he came to a game this August, the Portland Beavers team, the entire team, beat him up after he picked on a player.
You talk about looking for a reason. Absolutely.
Baseball fights are like NASCAR crashes. No one likes to admit it, but they're fan favorites. They spice up the sport. But last August, at this 51s game, it was a baseball fight that became one fan's nightmare.
They're just all around me, you know, kicking me, and they're all over me.
Jim Lowe was heckling Portland Beavers first baseman Tag Bozide. Bozide, senior batting, popped out in the game, and the Beavers lost. Lowe heckled again, but this time, he says Bozide snapped.
He jumped over the railing. Next thing, the teammates are following him. So I try to get out of there as fast as I can and took off to the top of the stairs.
Lowe claims Bozide and his teammates caught him, knocked him to the ground, kicked him with their metal cleats. These pictures, the result. Scrapes to his shins, a bruise to his thigh. 19 Beavers players were suspended by the league. But to Lowe and his attorney, the suspensions aren't enough.
We love our athletes, but they're not above the law.
Lowe is now suing Tag Bozide and the company that runs the Beavers. Although he admits he started the heckling, he says Bozide and his teammates crossed the line. It made the situation dangerous for everyone.
If it's not me, it might be someone next to me heckling it. You know, the way they came into the stands, they were knocking people over left and right.
This lawsuit may be a groundbreaker, maybe the first of its kind. A test of rights and a challenge of law versus sport. And I talked to the Portland Beavers spokesperson this afternoon. He says the team is not commenting until it sees the lawsuit personally. In Cashman Field, I'm Scott Burton, Channel 13 Action News.
Now, Nate Tannenbaum with Channel 13 Action Weather.
Beautiful day today. Let's check your 11 o'clock numbers. We're hanging in there in the low 70s under a cloudy sky with 22% humidity. A little breeze right now to the west at 5. The barometer falling 30.01. And the other numbers from today, normally 75. We beat that by almost 10 degrees, but really no threat to the record. The low this morning, 56. Both of those sets of numbers are on their way down slowly, about 10 degrees below normal by Friday, Halloween. So, yeah, we got a little bit of high cloudiness to go throughout the day tomorrow. Let's take a look at the forecast for the rest of tonight. Probably the upper 50s when you start your Tuesday, a couple of breezes to 10, maybe to 15 miles an hour during the day, and some clouds. And again, very nice, about 10 degrees above normal. The record high tomorrow is 91. Let's get you through the rest of the week and on towards the coming weekend, dropping 10 degrees between Wednesday and Thursday. And we may see a shift in the wind where some of that smoke from Southern California could start to come up this way midweek. But mainly you're going to be talking about the cooler temperatures into the 40s for overnight lows this weekend.
For her.
Fall is here.
Yeah. Thanks, Nate. Well, we all know how expensive a night out at the movies can be, but what if you could see the newest Disney movie called Brother Bear for free? You can, just for watching You Win Monday.
It's the newest animated creation by Disney called Brother Bear. It debuts here in Las Vegas Saturday, November 1st. The hot popcorn is already waiting for you at Brendan Theaters at the Palms. Disney's newest release will be playing here, and it's rated G, meaning it's made for the entire family.
There's no, like, hidden meaning behind anything, no sexual references or anything like that. Just really straightforward, just for kids and families.
I was transformed into a bear.
Brother Bear also has a good message for kids. teaching them what's right and what's wrong through the colorful animation of strong animal characters.
This is a really good moral movie. Most Disney movies are like that. They do a lot of morals in their movies.
If you're interested in being the first to see Brother Bear at the Palms, you can get free tickets just for watching UN Monday. 20 pairs are being given away, and you can see it whenever you have time. But there's a catch.
All they have to say is that they've seen it on UN Monday, and then they get their tickets.
Second, standby.
And the first 20 people who show up at Brendan Theaters at the Palms Tuesday after the noon hour will win.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's it for us right now. Dennis Evans has an Action Sports Extra coming up right now. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.